you know, there's not really much need to replace this. It's still reasonable. Sills and everything else pretty hunky-dory. But come into this bedroom here. Again, generally pretty good. Not much comment to be made. It's tidy, good order. Into our laundry, you see some of the surface borer. Now the general rule of thumb is if it flexes when you stand on it, good. Then it's time to think about replacing it. If it doesn't flex, it's probably still fine. Toilet's a little bit rock and roll, so I suggest some fixes for that in the long video. Hot water cylinder in here, 1980. So again, that sort of tells us when the house was built. This particular door here, they have the latch around backwards. Did it. Trying to think if there's any fundamentals in here. Obviously they've whipped up the flooring and you know, polished back what's underneath, which looks fine, but you can see the brackets and stuff, so if you're wondering why they're there, that's why. And why you have this thresh plate. In here, there wasn't much to mention really, except that the hutch door is removed, which is not a bad thing in and of itself. Into here, screws on the top of the French door over there ideally want to be just tightened up a little bit. You've got a smoke alarm there, again 10-year long life photo optics, so they're all good. Fireplace, pretty hunky-dory, it's well installed up there, there's no contact with timber or anything else. Youngsters are multi-fuel, so you can burn coal in it, which is brilliant, so wouldn't be in a hurry to necessarily rip that out and replace it. Windows and sills and everything in here are good. Heat pump has a service sticker on it. It's, yeah, fantastic. So that covers our upstairs. Now, that one out the way, that one out the way. Yeah, it is. So, I can think of one other house which is on fairly recent that had something similar, but they'd strung up a whole bunch of survival sheets inside to try and reflect even more light down. Oh, okay. So that was different. Yeah, well, works. Well, till I get too dusty anyway. Keep telling myself I've got to get a smaller brush and shovel that can fit in my briefcase. But, keep forgetting about it. So I see the kids play one and I think I should steal that. That's alright. We should clean up our messes. I'm not an electrician. Okay, let's get that over there. Right, now we still have what it is downstairs. Think of. And let's get shovel. Okay. No, it's actually here, isn't it? Oh, dear. Oh yes, try as you might. Oh, that one's particularly dusty actually. So sometimes I'm organised enough to remember face masks, but today was not that day. Okay, exterior. So what we're looking for is any cracks in mortar or anything like that. Obviously be aware that your specs will, 89, they might actually just be 80. Yeah, it might be fibro with no asbestos. It's right on the cusp. So in theory they had blocked asbestos off in '79. In practice, some still stuck around for a little bit longer. Wherever you've got lichen like this, it's worthwhile just spraying that down with a 1 in 5 bleach to water mix. Kill it out. So you've got a little bit of hairline cracking through there. I'm not necessarily too worried about that. What we're worried about is out of plane movement, or when a crack's massively wide at the top and closed at the bottom. That's fairly equidistant. Again, where the lichen is, just spray that out, or you can use that 30 seconds no more moss, mold and lichen. Same stuff, just costs more. Again, another hairline there, and another one there. Now they could just be in the plaster. We'll see if we can get underneath and have a look. Well, it's good fun in bright sun trying to see where the mortar's failing. Squint, squint, squint. So see our old vent pipe hole in the toilet there. A couple of ways of fixing that. One is you could just do the old expanding foam. Two is you could take a bit of timber and shape it up. Three is, if you're really keen, you can actually just take out that single brick and re-brick it. Bricks like that are easy enough to come by. We have good height. What are you? Where you are is not lifting, I think, is the answer. That's different. Okay, just inspection hatch for grey water. Cool. And he's 100mm up. Fantastic. Right. And into basement, which is insulated with pink bats. Let's see if we can find an insulation statement. This is for, looks like mainscape, but this is TRS, which is a bit odd to be honest in this vintage house. There they go. The main board. Found the main board index easily. Right, 1.6, that's nice and easy. So it needs a date to meet the terms. We can't argue that there's one on there. Someone should unfortunately write a date on there, that would be unfortunate. Okay, here's our main board. Asbestos backer here, definitely. And of course all ceramic fuses bar 3. So it's always worthwhile thinking about replacing your ceramic fuses with MCBs like these on plastic bases. So this one's still ceramic base, so that one's plastic. And that's just how the system's sort of written these days. Paint crazing a little bit against the waterproofing down there. You actually have fireplace and bathroom. I'm not sure that chimney follows through anymore. I don't think it does. I wouldn't recommend lighting any fires in there. You'll get smoked out. Okay, again, old PowerPoints. So lagging, it's just Hessian, that's fine. Still have a little bit of old iron downpipe, but most of our uprights have been replaced with PVC. Iron's fine until it blocks up, which it will sometimes rust up a bit over time and reduce the flow rate away. Copper piping, again, no fundamental issues with it, it's very long lasting. Fairly non-reactive. So your piles, you've got good wire ties from pile to bearer, relatively high fines actually. Now our cracks down here that we had, I think those cracks are actually just expansion contraction in the plaster on the outside. There's no sign of it through in here, it's spider's webs here. Again, some TRS still in play, and some TPS as well, just to be different. Would be worth probably putting some polythene down on the ground, so you get little moisture patches. definitely can't argue about the ramps. They're fairly good. Well built. Yeah, that sort of just comes back to our wiring there. You've got quite a lot of TOs, so be worthwhile thinking about that. But installation's all well done, so basically polythene and wiring down here. Polythene's a good idea but not a have to. Windows generally don't hold up too well in this scenario, but give them a bit of a paint and he's got plenty of life. There's no rot in the corner there. Yep, that's alright. There's your main board. Makes sense. Windows there, they're okay. Yeah, core structure, not too bad. Again, tractors and borers the other thing. You do get the odd little bit there, but not many other places. Ongoing treatment in any native timber framed house is a good idea. Alright, finish down here, so right, so hence the beam in here, because this is an addition obviously. It's good to see that they've actually kept off the bottom edge, which reduces draft substantially. Tight, yep. What's it doing? Just half, but yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's not too bad. Washers would be a bit bigger if we built it today, but that's about it. Now, our jointing here. It is just pure stucco on this portion. They have an expansion joint there, which is not a bad thing. Drain cap machine just down there. Okay, decking. Bolts, 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 bolts. Bolts, bolts, bolts. Yes. So again, if we do this now, we need washers on all of our belts, but when this was done, I doubt it needed it. It'd be interesting to just double check the limb on this. Again, this all appears to be basically to modern standard, modern method. So with the bolts like that. We have the firewood cage. Yep. Some drains under there to try and keep this bit dry. And core structure through is all good. So what that leaves us with now is, if I get the camera up, getting the roof. Yeah, interesting use of space. It's not the way you'd normally think about building on one of these. There you go. Oh yes, so of course spar bars like that, as long as they have a lockable lid, which the clips normally are, you don't need any fencing for now. New Pools Act, courtesy Michael Woodhouse. So again, we know that our roofing is largely original iron. It'll be a bit newer, I should imagine. Alright, and our deck largely meets modern. A couple of slight differences in how we do it now, just bolts on the washers on bolts, etc. Carriage door is still nice and level, but it is older, largely original, so might pay to lubricate it up and yeah, window down, a little tiny bit of mortar let go down here, and then we crack in our feet up there. Not too worried about that. I'd probably just duct tape over it, truth be told. The more I look at this, the more I think this portion's that little bit older than the hot water cylinder, so the odds are still reasonably good that you do have asbestos in your life. obviously some patch ups done down here, but wherever you've got stuff growing in your gutter, it's always going to pose a problem. Yeah, that little ding down there. So you could probably plaster that up, I suppose. That would work alright. You're getting a little bit of just tarnish, I suppose, effectively on the timber down here. Not too hard to deal with that. Just sand it back and re-polyurethane, away you go. Now, fencing's all fairly substantial, and you have big gates into the back of the section, which is not a bad thing at all. Although the odds of you being able to drive up and down them are pretty slim, unless you've got a really butty tyres on your four-wheel drive. But yeah, a bit of bowing and wearing and whatnot on the fence, but still doing its job. Again, handrails here, not quite to modern standard. Slimmers around the side, but so all in all, that leaves us fairly tidy. The only concern really is going to be wiring. Some insurance companies will require you to change it, and little few bits and pieces like swapping mortises around and so forth. All pretty easy stuff, pretty light duty. Polythene underneath the house wouldn't hurt, and obviously changing some ceramic fuses for MCBs wouldn't hurt. But other than that, internally stretch a bit of carpet back again, and yeah, you've got a fairly tidy house, fairly good location. Well, certainly a little bit of room to improve if you want. Cool. Alright. I am indeed.